Today we will discuss about Butane cycle. Here I draw line diagram, PV diagram, TH diagram and also write various processes which is executed in the Butane cycle. Butane cycle is practical working cycle. This is be used in gas turbine power plant or in our aircraft industries. Here I draw Butane cycle, compressor, combustion chamber, turbine, intercooler. Combustion chamber is also known as heat exchanger because there are two types of Brayton cycle. First one is open Brayton cycle and the second one is closed Brayton cycle. If our cycle is closed Brayton cycle, then we use compressor. In place of combustion chamber, we used heat exchanger because in closed cycle the cycle will closed, so only one fuel that is of better quality we can use for the cycle. So in place of combustion chamber we used to prepare heat exchanger, turbine and intercooler. If the cycle is open Brayton cycle, then we used compressor, combustion chamber, turbine, and here we directly reject heat to the atmosphere, means we not used here any device. In place of intercooler we use no device, means we directly reject heat to the atmosphere from the turbine and directly inhale air from the atmosphere for the compressor. Here I draw PV diagram also for the cycle. 1 to 2 process is isentropic compression, that is takes place in the compressor and pressure increases from P1 to P2, from lower pressure to higher pressure. Second process is 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition. Constant pressure heat addition means the pressure remains constant during the process, that is P2 is equal to P3, which is equal to higher, P higher. Here I also write P2 is equal to P3 is equal to P higher. 3 to 4 expansion takes place in the compressor, that is isentropic expansion. 3 to 4 which takes place in the compressor. Here I write from higher pressure to lower pressure, that is P3 to P4, and P1 is equal to P4 because 4 to 1 takes place constant pressure heat rejection, means pressure remains constant from 4 to 1. So I also write P1 is equal to P4 is equal to P lower. So this is about cycle. Some assumption we made known as air standard assumption or cold air assumption. First assumption is that we assume mixture of the air and the fuel as a air, because in combustion chamber we supply use, after the combustion chamber the air will become mixture of fuel and the air, but we assume air is our working fluid. Second assumption is that the value of Cp and Cp will remains constant, because we are assuming air as a working fluid, so the value of Cp and Cv will remains constant for the cycle. Third assumption is that we assume air as an ideal gas, but in actual it is mixture of fuel and the air, but we assume it as an ideal gas. Next assumption is that no friction at all. We assume our cycle as reversible, but in practical cases friction takes place in all devices, compressor, combustion chamber, turbine and the intercooler also. But for our practical purpose, for our study purpose, we assume that no friction at all. And the last assumption is that complete combustion of the fuel takes place in the combustion chamber, but in actual it depends upon the grade of the fuel, that how much amount of fuel is burning in the combustion chamber. These are some assumptions known as here standard assumption. More assumption for the cycle is that we assume change in kinetic and potential energy takes place is zero. Next assumption is that we assume expansion and the compression as adiabatic. So these are other assumptions for the cycle. If we talk about various processes which takes place in the various devices, 1 to 2 takes place in the compression, that is isentropic compression. 2 to 3 takes place in the combustion chamber, constant pressure heat addition. 3 to 4 takes place in the turbine, that is isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 takes place in the intercooler, or we can directly reject heat to the atmosphere, because atmosphere is also give us at a constant pressure, that is atmospheric pressure. So constant pressure heat rejection takes place in the compressor, that is 4 to 1. Here I also write steady flow energy equation. From steady energy flow equation we calculate the value of work input, heat rejection, heat addition for various devices. So first I write steady flow energy equation for the various devices. We can modify this equation according to our requirement. But before that, the assumption for all devices is that change in kinetic energy and potential energy is zero for the cycle. So if we talk about process 1 to 2, that is takes place in the compressor. For compressor, we can assume change in potential and the kinetic energy is zero. But one more important assumption is that we assume our compressor as are perfectly insulated. So heat transfer will become zero. So the equation will become H1, because these term will become zero and these also. So H1 is equal to H2 plus W. Here I also write process 1 to 2, that is takes place in the compressor. H1 is equal to H2 plus W. So we can write H1 is equal to H1 minus H2. But we know that compressor is our work consuming device. So for work consuming device we can take with the negative sign work input. If we want to modify this equation from negative to positive, so we can write in place of work input. If we write in place of work input, then it is we already assume that we are supplying work to the device. So the value of work will become work input, that is will become negative. To become or to modify it into from negative to positive, we can write this or exchange H2 by H1 and H2 by H1. So work input will become H2 minus H1 for the compressor. Our second device is combustion chamber, that is from 2 to 3. Process 2 to 3 takes place in the compressor, that is constant pressure heat addition. And the assumption is that change in kinetic and potential energy is zero. So these two terms will become zero. And in the combustion chamber, work is also zero, because we are not getting any type of work from the combustion chamber. So we can write these 5 terms zero, C1, GZ1, GZ2 plus W and C2 plus square by 2. So the remaining term will H1 plus Q is equal to H2. But for our equation, H1 will become H2 and H2 will become H3, because they are applying this equation from 2 to 3. So for 2 to 3, H2 plus Q is equal to H3. So we can modify this equation. Q is equal to H3 minus H2. This is for our combustion chamber. Next device is turbine. Turbine is installed from 3 to 4. So we can apply equation for 3 to 4. H1 will become H3. Sorry, one term become 3 and then 2 become 4 our device. In turbine, we are getting work. The assumption for the turbine is that there is no change in kinetic and the potential energy, and also the turbine is perfectly insulated. So this term become 0. The remaining term will H3 is equal to H4 plus W. So we can write W is equal to H3 minus H4. And the last device is our intercooler. In intercooler we reject heat, or if we reject heat from system to the any other devices. So for this heat rejection we take heat rejection with the negative sign. So for the intercooler, this positive sign of our equation will become negative, because we are supplying rejecting heat. So the remaining term for the heat rejection device, that is in intercooler, H4 is plus, plus will become minus, and the minus q is equal to h1. So this is for the intercooler. For intercooler we can write q is equal to h4 minus h1. So this is for various processes we calculate work input and the heat supply. If we proceed for the efficiency, then we can write efficiency work input work net by heat supplied. Work net will equal to turbine work minus compressor work, and heat supply is equal to QS. Turbine work is S3 minus S4 minus compression work is S2 minus S1. I already write, and heat supply is S3 minus H2. After that, I rearrange this S2 I take with S3 and this S4 I take with H1. This is our H4. And after that, I take negative sign common and modify this 9 minus H4 become positive and positive H1 become negative. After that, I separated S3 minus S2 by S3 minus H2 and S4 minus H1, S3 minus H2. This term get cancelled and the remaining term will H4 minus H1 and H3 minus H2. One more important thing is that related to ideal gas is that because we are assuming our working fluid as an ideal gas, for ideal gas the value of the enthalpy is directly proportional to temperature. We can write enthalpy in terms of temperature for ideal gas, and our one more assumption is that the value of Cp and Cp will remains constant throughout the cycle. So the value of the enthalpy is H is equal to Cpt for ideal gas. We can write enthalpy in terms of temperature because the value of Cp and Cv is constant throughout the cycle. So the value of the Cp, if we take Cp common, then it will become Cp T4 minus T1 by Cp T3 minus T2, and the Cp will get cancelled and the remaining term will 1 minus S4 minus S1 by S3 minus S2. If we take common T1, then the term will become H4 by S1 minus 1, and the take common T2, then it will become T3 by T2 minus 1. If we want to write temperature in terms of pressure ratio, then we can apply isentropic formula or for adiabatic process in the compressor and in the turbine. From process 1 to 2, that is takes place in the compressor, and from 3 to 4, that is takes place in the turbine. I apply T2 by T1 adiabatic formula to calculate or change this temperature term in term of pressure ratio. So T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 की power gamma minus 1 by gamma, but this P2 is equal to P higher and this P1 is equal to P lower. So we can write in term of P higher and P lower, P higher by P lower by gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to, this is equal to pressure ratio. So we can directly write in term of pressure ratio, that is Rp to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Process 3 to 4, that is takes place in the turbine. Turbine is our also reversible adiabatic device, or in this isentropic expansion takes place. So we can also apply here the formula for the adiabatic process, that is T3 by T4 is equal to P3 by P4 to the power gamma minus 1 by gamma, but P3 is equal to P higher and P4 is equal to P lower. So we can write in terms of pressure ratio also. So from equation 1 and 2, if we analyze this equation, then we get a result, that is T2 by T1 is equal to pressure ratio to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma, and T3 by T4 is also equal to pressure ratio to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T4. From equation 1 and 2 we can write, here I write T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T4. but our requirement is that T4 by T1. So if we exchange this T4 by T2 and T2 by T4, then our requirement will fulfill. So I exchange T2 by T4 and T3 by T2. So T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2. These two term will become 0 and the remaining term after the cancellation is efficiency is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. And T2 by T1 we can modify 1 minus 1 by T2 by T1 because the pressure ratio that is T2 by T1 is equal to R to the power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So in place of T2 by T1 we can write Rp to the power gamma minus upon gamma. So this is value for the Brayton cycle efficiency calculation. In this cycle, our assumption for the air standard is that air will our working fluid throughout the cycle. Cp and Cp value will remain constant. This thing we used here for ideal gas case. In the next one is that we assume air as an ideal gas. Also used we also used. And the next one is that our assumption there is no friction at all, which is be used in this, that is isentropic, that is reversible and adiabatic. So everything we assume be used in this calculation. So this is about Brayton cycle. This is be used in our gas turbine power plant or in our aircraft industries. So this is about Brayton cycle. Thank you.